So we left a topic that is from the target population. Target population is a complete or theoretical segregate population of study elements. So we are breaking down the whole population into certain sets that is known as sample. For example, if we are studying about the all adult population, female population, suppose, so we are specifying from the whole population, that is a gender basic, that is male and female, or further we want to describe it, that is as per the age group. Suppose from the all adult female population we are specifying 18 to 25 age group, so that is your target set of population. So the target population set is basically defined in terms of elements, units, time, and geography. If we talk about the elements, element is the object about which all the information is collected. For example, you are doing some study on houses. So the houses is your sampling unit, or sampling element, but we are talking about sampling unit along with it. So what our unit means it, so the resident which are actually residing in the houses, that are the sampling units, which are the set of elements considered for selection and sampling. So now come to the for one more thing, the one more thing which is left, that is time. So suppose we have taken a set of sampling element, that is CEOs, vice presidents, technology managers, and all. So the sampling unit would be, that is all the broadcasting companies. Now time, that you are studying on that set of companies for at least 6 months, and you are also specifying the area or geography, that is the area, for example in Delhi NCR. So here are the four things which needs to be taken care of. First is elements. Here we are, looking for the set of population having technological officers. So the sampling element would be CEOs, technology officers, technology managers, president, and all. Then sampling unit is all the broadcasting companies. Time frame is for the we are collecting the sample for the 6 months. The last one is geography, that is in the Mumbai or Delhi NCR regions. So that is all about the sampling. That is, so we have covered target population, sampling element, sampling frame, also sampling unit, time, and geography. I think not sampling frame. So come to the sampling frame. What do you mean by sampling frame? Sampling frame is the actually list of the sampling units or elements from which the sample is collected. So when a list is referred to as a sampling frame, which has a certain set of, for example, you want to study on the persons who are using the Airtel connection. So from where you get these details? So you'll select from the registers, from the government, from the we can say telecom operators or the register, whatever the list they are having with, and then we randomly select that operate that tele operators, or we can say the persons who are using. So that is a sampling frame. But sometimes it happens, whatever we are doing it, whatever we want to study, that elements do not belong to that particular sampling frame, which leads to the sampling frame error. So this type of error can be reduced through the three ways. The very first is, we can for example, if the telephone directories have to be used for a target populations of CEO of multinational companies, the target population can be redefined as CEOs of multinational companies who are registered in the telephones with a valid phone number. That is, the second method is, we can also reduce it by filtering out the elements while collecting data. The third option is, that is to adjust the collected data. So the sampling frame error is also counterbalanced by the weighted scheme. So we are giving the weightage to the more weightage to the whatever we require, and less weightage to the thing which we don't require. So that is about the sampling frame. I think that is clear to you. Sampling frame, I'm telling you, it is actually a list of sampling elements from which the sample is actually collected. That might from the stock exchanges also, that is from the industry listings also, from the government registries, from the telephone directories, anything. For example, if one wants to do telephonic interviews, so dialing the 10-digit numbers randomly can be a method. So when a list to be referred as a sampling frame, the list, it is not possible the list has all the population which we want to study. That leads to the sampling frame error. Okay, then second step of your process, that is selection of a sampling, selection of a sampling technique. So two techniques, one is Bayesian versus traditional, the second is sampling with replacement or sampling without replacement. So traditional method is like collection of the whole data, that is prior to the that is the kind of thing which is actually before the start of data collection. Bayesian approach is much complicated and the good approach, where we collect the data sequentially and that too in a proper manner. Then second one is sampling with or without replacement. Whenever we are, taking one unit out from the whole population and then put it back to the population, so there would be a chance that sample might be get another chance to come in our sample. So that is sampling with replacement. That is, here there is a chance of error, but sampling without replacement, there is nothing like there is only chance of one respondent to fill your questionnaire once. That is known as sampling without replacement. सैम्पलिंग विदाउट रिप्लेसमेंट, यस. सो अगर हिंदी में बात करें तो सैम्पलिंग विद रिप्लेसमेंट इज जब एक बारी सैंपल हमने ले लिया है, उस सैंपल को वापस पॉपुलेशन में नहीं जाने देना है. वील राइट देयर नेम्स, वील राइट द होल डिटेल्स, वी कैन हैव द डेटा ऑफ इट. बट इन सैम्पलिंग विदाउट जाने देते हैं तो सैम्पलिंग विद रिप्लेसमेंट, जाने नहीं देते हैं वापस पॉपुलेशन में तो सैम्पलिंग विदाउट रिप्लेसमेंट. बिकॉज अगर सैम्पलिंग विद रिप्लेसमेंट करेंगे तो बार बार हो सकता है, एक बारी, दो बारी, तीन बारी वही रिस्पोंडेंट बार बार तुम्हारा आंसर फिल कर रहा हो एंड इट लीड्स टू बायस. बट जब हम सैम्पलिंग विदाउट रिप्लेसमेंट करेंगे, एक ही बार एक ही बंदे की डिटेल्स फिल होंगी, क्वेश्चनर फिल होगा, सो विल नॉट गेट द रेप्लिकेशन ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर डेटा एंड दैट टू इज एरर फ्री. Then the major portion comes from the sampling technique, that is the type of sampling technique. So basically there are two types of sampling methods. One is probability, other one is non-probability. So as the name is telling, probability and non-probability. Probability is when each respondent has equal chance of selection, whereas in known probability there is no equal chance of getting selected. अब हमने तो कुछ ऐसा किया नहीं है कि हमने एक लॉटरी मेथड लिया, उसके अंदर से बोला कि भाई ये स्लिप निकाल लो. हो सकता है कोई भी स्लिप निकल के आ जाए. सिमिलरली इन द रैंडम मैथड हम क्या करते हैं, इन प्रोबेबिलिटी मैथड हम बोल देते हैं ये लॉटरी है, आप इसमें से लॉटरी बोलो या बहुत चिट्स डाल दो, नंबर डाल दो उसके अंदर, और हम चाहते हैं कि हमने जो उसमें स्लिप में नंबर आएगा हम उसी से ही क्वेश्चनर फिल करवाएंगे. So that is the thing where all the persons has equal chance of selection. But if we talk about the non-probability section, उसमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. We are not giving chance. We are not giving equal chance to every respondent. We are biased here. Here we are using our judgment. Here we are using our convenience. Here we are using our money. Money means affordable method. That is, we are not taking anything as a random. So we are using it as biased. That is non-probability, where not even where there is nothing like having a equal selection of the samples. So I think non-probability and probability sampling is understandable, because probability में क्या होता है, हम हर sample को equal chance देते हैं कि selection का. Non-probability में ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है, and that is too judgmental and biased. So Today we'll do only non-probability sampling. So non-probability sampling is actually divided into further some parts. So the very first is, अगर मैं definition की बात करूँ तो definition non-probability की है, the researcher purposively chooses the particular elements of the population for constituting a sample. That is, basically it is on the assumption that small sample that they do select from the large population will be typical or a representative of whole population. Simple लफ्ज़ों में बात करें तो that is the thing which is selected consciously by the researchers. That is here the basic thing is choice of researcher.